What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Hologram. It went up a very impressive 27.71% on Friday. I want to go over what prompted that and things that you need to keep in mind. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So I cover Hologram and I've been really calling them out for a very long time now. But interestingly enough, on Twitter, I got a couple messages, private messages, saying, hey, you're wrong. Hologram went up 27% on Friday. I don't really look at Hologram on a daily basis, to be fully honest, but it's kind of comical. It actually goes to show that there is a lot of true people that believe in Hologram, despite it being down 97.32% over the last 1 year and just 95% in 2024 alone. And I get it. Maybe they're just hoping for one of these spikes that has happened in the past for it to reoccur and make everyone rich. But one thing that I've brought up in the past, one way, and pretty much the only way to make money on Hologram, aside from shorting, is to analyze volume. And so when it comes to the volume, for instance, what happened on Friday, look at that, 29.4 million, whereas the average anywhere from about 2 to let's say 4, just in the short term. So that is a clear indication, especially no news, no SEC filings to really justify that increase. That means it is dilution. And people hate it. I don't know why. People hate when I say that. But if we look at their last earnings, like the writing is on the wall. So basically for ordinary shares, so common stock, of course, as of December 31st, there was 5.9 million. And then as of June 30th, there was 10.2 million. So massive amount of dilution. And all of this did come from shares converted from convertible promissory notes. And since June the 30th, they have done a lot of short-term 365-day notes. So this is just going to magnify and get so much worse. And as of June the 30th, which once again, since then they've done quite a lot of other notes, there was around 4.7 million still outstanding. So there's a lot more damage. And when I say a lot, you can underline that, highlight that, you can pretty much guarantee that there is a lot of dilution coming for Hologram. So as I mentioned in my last video, it is pretty much also a guarantee that they are going to be doing another reverse stock split. So they did one on October the 9th, 2024, 1 for 20. They tried to stay within the NASDAQ threshold of being lower than 1 for 250. So that way they can get a grace period of 6 months, but still, given the trajectory of everything, they're going to be doing another reverse stock split. And then obviously, as a byproduct of that, they're going to be raising the authorized shares because they need to accommodate for all these notes. So Hologram, honestly, yes, it's fun, exciting. You could make some money with these swings of it going up 27%. But in my opinion, it is just way too risky to try and time when it will go up. Let's say you bought in on October the 28th because you were anticipating some abnormal volume. Well, that didn't really work out too well, right? You would have went down 0.89, 14%, 12%. So you would be at a loss. This 27% increase is kind of putting you still at a loss in comparison to where it was on October the 28th. So in my opinion, especially looking back, if you see these big spikes in volume such as this, then yeah, get in very, very fast. It usually doesn't last longer than about 2 or 3 days, but it's dilution. And so yeah, the crap is all over the wall. Hologram most likely does have a lot of cash and cash equivalents, but they funneled it through one of their 13 subsidiaries. So investors are never going to get their money. And with pretty much half their subsidiaries offshore, like as far as the investigation, that would be very timely. Nobody would really be able to sue Hologram. It's just a very crappy scenario. But yet, like I said, I get random messages saying, hey, it went up 27%, as though I was wrong. I've been stating that it is going to continue to go down. This whole business, all they did was a OTC move. All they did was just slap AI on it. Hey, we do LiDAR, but like the market loved it. the market say, hey, it's an AI play, let's all pump tons of money into this and it'll go up. Because in case you don't know, OTC companies seem to just switch to whatever the trend is. Cannabis is hot. Okay, we're a cannabis play now. Oh, AI is hot. Let's switch to AI. Hologram, like I said, I think it's just, it had some opportunity, and still in general, a Hologram could come out and say, hey, we are actually doing this, this, and this with 150 plus million in cash and cash equivalent that we do have. Then yeah, the stock price could definitely move higher. But until that happens, which it doesn't look like the management is in any rush to do that, it is just going to continue to go down, bleed through equity, and a lot of retail investors are just going to get very, very burned. And once retail starts to learn their lesson, that is where things, the shit will really hit the fan, and the downtrend will magnify tenfold. Because if retail's not buying anymore, well, dilution still needs to occur, right? So in case you don't know what happens with the whole dilution aspect, so I'll kind of draw out something quickly. So a lot of the insiders, or what they call as investors right here, they can only hold 9.9% of the float. So what they do is they essentially dilute. So they dilute, so they hold that 9.99%, crappy mousemanship. And then, of course, that's the cap. Then they sell, and that way frees up room. This selling pressure causes dips. This is why those kind of spikes up is very just short term. Like I said, max 2-3 days at best. And then they dilute again, bring it back up to 9, bring it down. So this is why pretty much the insiders and shorts make up almost 100% of the daily volume. You just sprinkle in some retail investor that is regrettably a sucker and wants to buy in thinking that this is going to go higher. This is not. It's a big Fugazi scam that is meant to just funnel money. So yeah, this is very bad scenario all in all. But like I said, I still get messages, so there is still some believers out there. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe though. I always greatly appreciate that. And for instance, if you are one of those individuals that do believe in hologram, please let me know why. Like, obviously you have to be at a significant loss right now, but are you in it because of you're just hoping for one of those spikes to happen, or do you actually believe in the technology, which I don't believe anyone is privy to their technology, because everyone, GM, Lucid, Neo, like everyone has LiDAR now. Why would anyone get holograms technology, which based on their last prospectus, it kind of doesn't even sound like they have the intellectual property for it, right? So yeah, I think it's just a crappy scenario. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Take advantage of this promo because it gives you 8 free shares. Each share is valued up to $2,000. So even though hologram is full of crap, you can get some free stuff out of this promo. With all that said though, appreciate all of you watching.